Hi, everybody, and welcome to Germany. My name is George from the Ahnenforscher Stammtisch Unna. It's located near Dortmund in Westphalia, Germany, and we are a meeting point of genealogists from near and far since 2001. And since April 2020, we grew to an international meeting point on Zoom, and we see we have participants from Australia and the United States and all over the world, and that's wonderful to see you. So I would like to give you some general information about this meeting. So this online Hessen connection session is a cooperation of the Ahnenforscher Stammtisch Unna, the Hessische familiengeschichtliche Vereinigung, and the International German Genealogy Partnership, IGGP. And this is our agenda for today. So after my introduction and after my general information, we will hear some words from the president of the International German Genealogy Partnership, Ingeborg Carpenter. And after Ingeborg Carpenter, Martin Jäger from the Hessische familiengeschichtliche Vereinigung will do his presentation. And he will be assisted by his colleagues Christine Hühn and Thomas Krämer. And there will be question and answers. And after this official part of the meeting, we will invite you to the virtual connection cafe. So this Zoom meeting room will remain open for further questions, talks, discussions, and connections, and open end. And yesterday's virtual cafe, we had a German one, ended at 2 o'clock in the night, but okay. Nancy prepared a Padlet, so we put some questions, or all these questions, on a Padlet for you, and Nancy will put the link of this Padlet into the chat. And so she will explain details to this Padlet later. It's a kind of handout, but it's a growing handout, and this is a nice thing by using these Padlets. And these are the websites of the Hessische familiengeschichtliche Vereinigung and our Stammtisch and the IGGP. So further information you can find on these websites, but the only English speaking, the English language information you will find on the iggpartner.org. And so please feel free to check these websites. And I want to speak about two upcoming virtual events. So on March 20th to 21st, the weekend, we have the Westfälischer Genealogentag. Every 2 years, the Westphalian Society, a genealogical society, is organizing a big event, and I think it's nearly the biggest event in Germany. And this time it will be virtual, so everybody can join it, and it's free. And we have on March 21st, there will be an English presentation about resources for genealogists in Westphalia, and an English lounge later where we can meet and where we can talk together and where we can connect. And a very big event will be the IGGC, the International German Genealogy Conference, in July. And registration started, Nancy, I think. So Nancy is in the organizing committee of this big virtual event, and it will be virtual too. And so feel free to join these two big events. And I spoke about this earlier, the virtual connection cafe we have after this official part of this meeting. And some technical information about Zoom meetings. So we muted all your microphones, and when you have questions, you can unmute your microphone by yourself. This is in German, you have the English one. And this is where you can unmute your microphone. And if you like, you can turn on your camera here on the camera. And it's important to open the participants list. So maybe you can see, maybe there are participants you know in this meeting and you want to connect via private message chat. So please feel free to open the participants list, and very important to open the chat. There will be, I think, after this meeting, there will be a lot of useful information in the chat. And so feel free to type where you are from, your residence, and the villages where your ancestors came from, Hesha, and the names, the family names, so that everybody can see this information, these questions. And if you have answers to questions in the chat, please feel free to answer these and spread information you have. So it's a very important communication. And there is a raise your hand function here. I don't know if everybody has this symbol of this hand in the Zoom bar on the bottom, at the bottom of your screen. So you can, if you want to ask a question or you have a comment, please click on this hand raising possibility, but please wait until your name will be called. So Nancy will keep an eye on the participants list and she will call you when you use this function. Yeah, that's all from me. And I want to try, I don't know if it works, but we recorded the words of the president of the IGGP because they have a board meeting at the same time. And I hope it will work out.
Hello, and everybody, good morning and greetings from a thankfully rainy California today. Welcome to this connection session. Hessen had a very tumultuous history, with many armies crisscrossing the land and many border changes. My maternal ancestry is in Hessen, so I'm delighted that we are connecting with the Hessian Society today. I too have been eagerly awaiting this presentation, which will give us insight into researching there, which has not always been easy. But of course, it would not have happened if Nancy Myers and her husband, Georg, Mr. Palmüller, weren't so diligently pursuing these opportunities to give English speakers the ability to connect with experts in Germany. So thank you, Georg. Thank you, Nancy. And in the name of the International German Genealogy Society, also thank you to Herr Martin Jäger for making this connection session today possible in English. You know, the goal of the IGGP is to connect family researchers worldwide, and sessions like this further that goal. So thank you, ma'am. Thank you, gentlemen. I look forward to a very informative presentation.
Okay, so Martin, if you like, you can share your screen.
Okay. So, hello from Hessen, Germany. We had a really nice sunny and warm spring day today. After last week, it was very cold and snowy, and now we all hope the spring is beginning. So I will share my desktop.
Okay.
So you see my presentation?
Yes.
Great. Okay. So if there are any questions, feel free to ask in the chat. I hope Nancy and Georg look for the chat because I have to concentrate for the presentation. So genealogy in Hessen. I have the following topics for you. I think it will be necessary to do short informations about Hessian history. I will explain you about the genealogical societies in Hessen. We have some more. I will explain something about our society, our club. It is the Hessian Genealogy Society, Hessische familiengeschichtliche Vereinigung. And I will explain a lot of things, internet possibilities, links about genealogical researches in Hessen, what you can do by your own. And after this, we are free for questions or exchange of your experiences. So let's start with short Hessian history. I hope it's good with my audio. You can hear me? Yeah, it's okay?
Yes,
It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
So the federal state of Hessen, it is one of 60 German federal states. And it is located in the center of Germany. Its population today is 6.2 million inhabitants. Here is our coat of arms. It's the right word, coat of arms? Oh, not sure. And here you see our location in the center of Germany and nearly in the center of Europe. So it is not far to the Netherlands, to Belgium, Luxembourg, and even to the mountains or to the sea. You have, we are in the center of everything. Our history. The present federal state of Hessen exists since 1946. Before 1946, Hessen, there have been many different territories in the area of the present Hessen. And this is really important for you to know, because you will do mistakes if you look, if you don't know about the former territories we had in Hessen. And some of the Hessian states includes areas outside of the present Hessen. I will show you a map, you can see this. So I think it will be better I show you the map in big. When it opens. So here it is. So you see it is Hessen in 1866. So 150 years ago. You see there have been a lot of territories in what is today Hessen. Today, Hessen is the white border. You see, it is our present Hessen, federal state of Hessen. And we had this Grand Duchy, I don't know how to spell in English.
Duchy.
Duchy. It is the red one, located with its capital in Darmstadt. And you see there are parts of this state today outside of Hessen. It is Mainz and Bingen, outside Worms. It is located in Rhineland-Pfalz, what is in English Rhineland-Palatinate. And this another federal state of Germany today, but in former times it has been part of the Grand Duchy of Hessen. And we had in the north the Principate of Hessen with a capital in Kassel. We had in the west Nassau. It has also some parts outside of the present state of Hessen. It is also in the present state of Rhineland-Palatinate. We had in the north a state called Waldeck. And we had here this part around Wetzlar. It belonged to Kingdom of Prussia. And we had a really small independent state. It is Hessen-Homburg. And we had the free city of Frankfurt. It has been a city-state. It has been independent until 1866, from the Middle Ages until 1866. And we had here two parts that belonged to the Kingdom of Bavaria in that time. So, because if we show you a map 100 years before, it was more different and more different small states. But I think the time when your ancestors moved to the United States, no, it will be some later, I think, but it will be good to know this, former territories of Hessen. So you see the electorate of Hessen. It is here the blue one, I told you, with the capital in Kassel. The Principality of Waldeck was here. Grand Duchy of Hessen, Duchy of Nassau, the orange. Free City of Frankfurt, it is green, but it is not good, the color here. And the Landgraviate of Hessen-Homburg, this small thing here. And parts of Prussian and Bavarian Kingdom, here Wetzlar, and here in the east. So now, okay. There are three societies relevant for the federal state of Hessen. We have three genealogical societies. One is the Gesellschaft für Familienkunde in Kurhessen und Waldeck. It is Society for Genealogy in Principate of Hessen and Waldeck. What I showed you, I will show you a map. You can see it. The Family Society of Nassau and Frankfurt. It is located in Wiesbaden. It is the capital of Hessen. And our society, it is the Hessische familiengeschichtliche Vereinigung in Darmstadt. So you see here, it is the map of our societies, of the genealogical societies in Hessen. And here you see the map of Hessen in 1866. And so you see the areas where our societies are responsible for. You can see it is has its reasons in history, because the society of Kurhessen and Waldeck, it is like the Principality of Waldeck and the electorate of Hessen, Kassel. And our society, the orange one, is the same like the Grand Duchy of Hessen. And in the west, the Society Familienkundliche Gesellschaft of Nassau and Frankfurt. It is the former state of Nassau and the Free City of Frankfurt. So these three societies we have in Hessen. This is the one for the north. Here you can see their internet. It is all in German, so it will be difficult for you to find something. But they have a lot of books. Here you see this is their publications about church records and things like that. So the Society for Nassau and Frankfurt, their internet is not really good. There's not a lot of information. I'm not able to tell you a lot of this society. But here you have the contact possibilities. And our society, I will show you, is located in Darmstadt, the Hessische familiengeschichtliche Vereinigung. So we have our internet. where it is. No, here. It is our homepage. You see, everything is in German language. Here you can contact us, but the important thing about our club is the members area. It is only for members of our society. And if you go inside this member area, you can see a lot of things. We have a team. They are really busy in digitalization and scanning documents. We have a big book scanner for, I don't know, Thomas, for 3,000, 4,000 euro. We bought it. Here you can see it. No, it's not good to see. Here's a small picture. And so they are very busy in digitalization of different things. And so we have a lot of church records. It's duplicates of church records. You have to know, in former times, I think in the beginning of 1816, the parish had to do a duplicate for their church records for the courts, for the civil courts. And so these duplicates of church records we have in our club, in our society. And so they are doing to digitalize them. And here you see all the villages. We are ready now with digitalization, and you can look inside. Here marriages, and it's completely to look in online. You can research here and do your researching, but it's difficult to read. So you will be able, you have to be able to read German language and old German, writing, handwriting. So you see, it is really a lot of church records we have. Here you see it is 507,000 sites of 125 church records we have here in our member area. And we have also, I don't know how to say, Nancy, what is Karteikarten? It is
like index cards.
Yeah, it is. Genealogists in former times did writing at this index cards, handwriting. And so you see here, oh, it will be interesting for you. It is emigration here. I see Auswanderer, emigration 1, somewhere we will have emigration 2, I think. So it's about, I don't know. Here you see the index cards all scanned, and you can look. He is going to Northern America. I don't know, some Abkürzung. He emigrated to United States in 1962. And here the source of this information is a book. But of course, there are a lot of index cards of some genealogists, some families, some villages. Here you see some records of families, 62. And what do we have? Okay. We have also a lot of informations here. This books, local family heritage books. It is the right translation. Yeah, it is called Ortsfamilienbücher or OFB. You see sometimes it is local heritage family books, and here are a lot of them completely digitalized.
Digitized.
Okay. And you can look inside here, the complete book. You see it is the cover.
Martin, are those searchable too or not? Are those searchable, or do I have to flip through each page?
No, you have to go to page. Thomas, I don't know if they are indexed. There's mostly you will have an index of names or of villages. But I show you first how a book like this looks inside. Here it is an old one. So you see here the family of Johannes Anders. He was born in 1758 and he was married to Anna Margareta Burger. And here you see their children. And if you want to know more about them, you can look here. This is the family number 40 or the family number 1511. And you can look for the family of the children. And so this, all the informations of the families are collected in this book. Yeah, you have to look if there is an index. Mostly the index is at the end of the book. But I show you where we have indexes in the internet. It is free for everyone, mostly. But yeah, mostly the index is in the at the end. Here you will find the index. Okay. It is the village, index of village. And here's the index of the family names of the people. So you see Katharina Elisabetta Pühler. I think it is an index of wives.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is an index of wives who had more than one husband. But there will be family registered too. So yeah, what do we have? We have some magazines. Oh, was too fast. We have some magazines about genealogy in Hessen. Our actual our present magazine is the Hessian Genealogy. It looks like this. It is our present magazine. You can see here's the what's the Inhalt, content, the content. Yeah, the content of this magazine. It is 4 times a year. We have this magazine, and there are people of our society. They write things they want to tell the others. It is new. We have it since 3 years. This magazine, Hessische Genealogie. Of course, it is all in German language. Before that, we had the Hessische Familienkunde. You see, it began in 1948, and this magazine was made by all the 3 societies in Hessen. All the 3 societies did it together. But 3 years ago, it was not possible anymore. So you see here, it is all of these magazines we have digitalized here, and you can look inside. A lot of worthwhile information about genealogy in Hessen, and some other magazines I don't want to tell now. And we have some literature about history, about local history here, Hessian Chronicle, about some village. Here it is about church records of Darmstadt beginning in 1575. It is really early. And here you see they are working at present time to digitalize this. It is ancestors lists. So I think you know, in former times, genealogists did publicate their ancestors lists, and not a lot of them were published in magazines, but a lot of genealogists gave their ancestors list to our society, and now we are able to scan them and yeah, show that it's for our members. And you see we are A, B, and C. Now it is ready. I think they are doing D now, and you can look inside here, the family back. Here some graphics. Here's how to say,
a family tree.
Yeah, family tree of Nachkommen, Stammtafel.
A descendants table.
Yeah, descendants.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, sometimes there's something we are not allowed to publicate because there are people still living, so we are not able to publicate. Yeah. Here you see it is a list of the ancestors of this family. It's a lot of work of former genealogists. Okay, so it is our member area. You see we are working a lot for scanning things for that all of our members can participate. And we have a database, the Hessian genealogy database. All of our members or all people can give a JETCOM database to our society. And so we do it inside this Hessian genealogy database. And if you decide to give your information, if you decide to give your database to our society, you can tell us how to work with that. So you can say it is everyone can look inside, or you can only look inside if you ask you. So yeah, here you see you can search for this family name. And we see a lot of people who have people called with the name of Bauer in their database. And here you see the name of the database. Yeah, here this man, Hans-Peter Sterkel, he has 5,322 people in his database. It is 1,800 families. Yeah, and all our members are able to search in this database. So it is something like Ancestry or MyHeritage, but only for the members of our club, because not everyone wants to publish his information in the whole internet for everyone. But so if you decide to do it only for the society members, you can do it here. So I think it is everything here. Here it is our magazine. I will show you one thing. No, I will do it later. So now a lot of information about genealogical research in Hessen. So it is, you have the Protestant church records. They are partly published in the internet at the site archion.de. So you have to pay for it to use it, but the Protestant church in Germany, they have this site together, and they are doing all their church records, or the most church records are going to digitalize them and publish in the internet, but only for people who pay for it, but it's not really expensive.
Martin?
Yes.
Martin, I would like to say we have 7 days free trials for Archion. Mm-hmm. Codes, we got codes from Archion for this session too. So everyone who would like to have a 7 days free trial of Archion can write an email to our email address, and I will type our email address into the chat, and only type in the subject called Archion, subject Archion, and I will send you the codes. Yep. Okay, thank you, Martin.
So you have to know there are different Protestant churches in Hessen. The one is the Protestant Church of Kurhessen and Waldeck. It is the territory of the former electorate of Hessen and the Principality of Waldeck. You can click at this link and you will get to the church records at the page Archion. So it is here, it is Archion, it is the main page. And here are the church records of the Protestant Church of Kurhessen-Waldeck. So here you can see it is, how to say, the church counties. And you can look for, if you want to look for Kassel City, Kassel Town, you see here are the parishes. And here you see the church books. This is baptism, this is death, and marriages. So I can't show you the content because I'm not a member of Archion, and so I'm not able to show you at the moment. But you see, there are a lot of different territories, a lot of different churches. Protestant churches are also at Archion. Of course, here Hanover or Berlin or Bavaria. So it is whole Germany. Nearly all Protestant church are member of this. Here you see it is only this small thing. Here Bremen, and I don't know what is that. They are not member at the moment. Yeah. They all joined step by step this internet site. Okay. What's this? Oh no. I have to start. So this was the church in the north part of Hessen. But we have also the Protestant Church of Hessen and Nassau. It is the former Grand Duchy of Hessen and the Duchy of Nassau and the Free City of Frankfurt. And if you click at this link, you will find their church records. Okay, the Roman Catholic Church is more difficult to find church records online because they are not participating Archion. Mostly you will find their church records in their archives or also at the parish. So in my village where I live, the church records are, the original books are here at our church. It is 350 years old, but it is still lying here in the house next to the church. And in the archive of the diocese, they have only copies of this. But a lot of them are digitalized. I have problems with that one. So it is the Diocese of Fulda. It is the former electorate of Hessen. The Diocese of Limburg. It is the former Duchy of Nassau in the Free City of Frankfurt. And the third one is the Diocese of Mainz. In former times, in former centuries, in the Middle Ages, it was very powerful, this diocese. But today it is more small. And it is the, in present day, it is the former Grand Duchy of Hessen. And there's also the Archdiocese of Paderborn. It is outside of Hessen. Mainz is also outside of Hessen. And the former Principality of Waldeck belongs to this diocese. So here you see on this map, but I think I can show you a bigger one. No, I can't. No, I don't have it. So here you can see the Roman Catholic dioceses in Hessen and outside Hessen. Here it is Mainz. It is located today in the federal state of Rhineland-Palatinate. It is the capital city of this state, but the Diocese of Mainz is, you see, like the former Grand Duchy of Hessen. Diocese of Limburg, it is in the west part, also small parts of Rhineland-Palatinate. And the Diocese of Limburg, of Fulda, it is the former state of Hessen-Kassel in the north and in the east, and also small parts in Thuringia in the east of Hessen. And you see also here a small thing in today Baden-Württemberg belongs to the Diocese of Mainz. And Paderborn, it is located in North Rhine-Westphalia, perhaps not far away from Georg, where he's living. And this part of Hessen belongs to this diocese. And you can have a lot of luck if you find some of these church records in the internet, because the Archdiocese of Paderborn, they started to publish their church records on the site Matricula. Matricula, it is internet site for the Roman Catholic Church. And so you can see there, this is here the Archdiocese of Paderborn. And here you see at the map all their church records they have published in the internet, and also here something of Hessen, because here the northwest part of Hessen belongs to this diocese. And here you can see the parish. Okay, but really new, it started this week. The Diocese of Fulda started to publish their church records at Matricula, here Fulda in the north and in the east of Hessen. Yeah, you see here will be a map, and here all the parishes. But it is really new. They started this week, as I told you. And here you see in the east around Fulda, a lot of church records. And here even Hanau belongs to the big city, belongs to this diocese.
That's incredible. I'm so glad to see that. I didn't know they were online already.
It is really new. I have to look for this too, because I have some ancestors from the area of Fulda. And so I'm very happy of this. But Limburg and Mainz, I don't have any information what they will do, but I will show you some possibilities to get your information too. But this is Matricula. It is completely digitalized and published church records, and it is for free. So this is the difference between the Protestant and the Roman Catholic churches. The Protestant homepage, you have to pay for it to use it, and the Catholic one is for free. So don't ask me why they are doing this. So, okay, and we have the status sheet of Hessen. It is really necessary to look here because you will find a lot of information about the village or the territories, about your ancestors. I don't know if it is possible to look in English here. Does anyone know it? No, I don't see anything. Ah, no.
Yes, right above.
Yeah, English. Okay, so you see it is also for English speaking people. So some things are digitalized and published here. You can look, but yeah, difficult to explain. Let's look for something. Hello. So let's look for Seligenstadt, a town not far from me. So if you search for this town, you will see, oh, there are a lot of things, and you won't be able to know what you're looking for. And so you can look for the monastery if you want to look for it. You will find, yeah, but it is really special. I think if you want to search with this tool, you have to know a lot of history, and yeah, you need more information what you can do here. So, but everything of the status sheet you will find here, and you can look what it is in the sheet, and yeah, you can request to look. If you visit Germany at any time, you can go to the status sheets, and it is all for free to use it. But they just started to digitalize and to publish the thing in the internet. So it will be necessary to go to this status sheet and to look at their place. But it's great because you are allowed to photograph everything for free. You're allowed to make thousands of pictures if you want of all the documents, and you can take it at home and read, yeah, when you have time for it. So, and the status sheet has his branches in Wiesbaden, in Darmstadt, and in Marburg. So it is some regional things. It's more for the south part of Hessen. It is more for Nassau, for the west part of Hessen, and it is more for the north part of Hessen. And very important for all of you, the archive of civil records. It is new since 5 years or something like that. You can search here for the civil. For the civil records of Hessen. They are for free. Online. So someone in the Padlet asked for Offenbach. So here you see the civil records of Offenbach. It is also the Jewish families of Offenbach, 1850. Or here you see the death records of 1921. And you see there is a lot. So it is the marriage register of 1882. Let's look inside. Yeah. So here it is, the register. So Okay, here you see the second, it is Josef Appel. He is Landarbeiter. I don't know what is Landarbeiter, it is worker. And he is married to Maria Hellinghausen. Her maiden name was Schmidt, but she is widow, or she has been widow. And they lived in Offenbach, and the number of the register of the marriage document is the number 34. And so you can look here for all of these. It is completely the whole things. And the civil records in Hessen begin in 1874. And from the beginning, you can find all the records here at this thing at Lagis. It is, for that. You can, but I don't know, it is because of the, how to say Datenschutz in English?
Data protection.
Yeah, data protection. So you won't find birth records from the last 110 years. You won't find death records from the last 30 years, and you won't find marriage records from the last 17 or 18, I don't know, 80 or 70, 80 years. So if you look for older things from the last 140 years, you can look here. So, but there is the side of MyHeritage. I don't know if you know it. In America, I think there's more ancestry used. At MyHeritage, you have the, it is in German now because I made the screenshot with my German language. You see they have, if you go to Lagis, there is no index. So you have to look for your village, for your town, and you have to search for the year, and you have to look inside these documents, document for document, and you need hundreds of hours to find anything if you don't know the date or the town. But you can use MyHeritage because they have an index for this. There's here the birth records from this time and the marriages of this time. It is indexed, so you can search with the name or the village, and you will find the exact document. And you can use Ancestry. They have also a lot of things indexed and also published. You see the death records of this period, the marriage registers, and you see here how many. There's really a lot. They have also Protestant church books, records from Hessen-Kassel. Yeah, a lot of things. And here's no military, there's nothing. There's some address books, how to say in English, address.
City directories.
Yeah, city directories. Okay, so you will find a lot of things in Ancestry, and it is really useful because it is indexed. You can search for your names, and you will find the the document. You have to take care because of some family names may be spelled or written in different ways, but Ancestry and MyHeritage, they are a bit intelligent, and so they will also show you some different possibilities to write the family name or the surname. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's also many possibilities to write them. Okay, and I'm sure you know Family Search. Family Search is really busy in Hessen in the last time because they started to, they have an index of the Roman Catholic Church records of the Diocese of Limburg. So you are not able to find the documents digitalized in the internet, but you are able to find an index, and it's really helpful for you if you want to find the date of marriage or birth or baptism of your ancestor. You can look here and you will find the exact date and also the exact page in the church record, and so you are able to write to the archive of the diocese and ask for a copy, and I'm sure you have to pay for it, and they will send you the copy. And you see, it was some weeks ago, I made the screenshot. You see they had 1.5 million records of Fulda, Limburg, and it is here the city of Frankfurt. Standesbücher, I think it's something like civil records, 500,000. We have also here from Frankfurt, older one, 300,000. And it is new because the Diocese of Mainz is also at Family Search now. They have the index of the Roman Catholic Church records of Mainz too. So Fulda and Paderborn in the east and in the north of Hessen are at Matricula. You can use it for free. You will find the church records published in the internet, but I think there's no index. But and for Limburg and Mainz, you are able to find only the index at Family Search. And in Germany, we have this page. It is like Wikipedia, only for genealogists. You find a lot of information for genealogy. It is about, it is also in English, but there are more information, of course, in German language. So you can look for Frankfurt. Yeah, it is in English. There's not a lot, but here's the German version. And if you look for Frankfurt, you will see here it is main informations. Here, Frankfurt is located here in Hessen. And a lot of information about the coat of arms, about the boundaries, or what, how to say, Stadtteile, parts of the town. Yeah. And here you see the churches in Frankfurt, some pictures, Roman Catholic churches, short history of Frankfurt. And here you see cemeteries. I will show you. We have a society in Germany with their page, and a lot of voluntary people are doing pictures of cemeteries, and they are published in the internet. And here you see the cemetery of Frankfurt Bonamis. And here you see the index of family names, and you can look for the family name of Haneberg. And you see there is one people and his gravestone. Oh, it is nothing special. Yeah. So this is GenWiki. You will find a lot of information about the church records. Here you find a link for the civil records I showed you at Lages. Here you find information about address books of Frankfurt, about photo studios in Frankfurt. It is really helpful if you have old family pictures and you see the name of the studio. This is no good example. Here's an old family picture, an old picture, and you see mostly here is the name of the photo studio, And here you will find some informations about this photo studio, and perhaps it will help you to have some information about the time period of the picture or something like that. Here's a lot of bibliography, a lot of books about genealogy, about church records, about history of Frankfurt. So you see the GenWiki page is it is a sample of all information necessary for local history and for genealogy in Germany. Here you see the archives, the city archive of Frankfurt, libraries of the university, yeah, people who lived in Frankfurt, the website, Jewish families, digitalized old newspapers. So, and we have it for every town, for every village. You can look for Kassel or even smaller village. You will find information here. It is all made by voluntary people. Yeah. Okay. So it is really useful to look at this page. Perhaps you will be able to translate by computer, and you will be able to find your informations. Okay, here's our magazine. I showed you our magazine, and we have the information about the magazine at the page of GenWiki 2. Here you see the content of our magazines. Every magazine is here with the cover and with the content and how to get it. Yeah. This is the old magazine I told you. It's also completely the main informations at GenWiki about this magazine Hessische Familienkunde. You can look here for all the old ones. You see the cover is scanned. You can look for all the family names in all the magazines. You see an index of all the family names. And yeah, the content. So it needs a lot of time to search for everything we have in the internet. Here it is about our society. You can look what we have in. Oh, what happens? No, don't know. Don't work at the moment. And here you see all the local family heritage books of Hessen, sorted by the name of the village. You can see here Burg Solms. OFB is the for Ortsfamilienbuch, local family heritage book. And here you see the village of Burg Solms and Oberndorf. It is from 1551 till 1875, so it is really early. It is new, it is 2 years, 1 year ago. And here you see in the ISBN. And oh, it is expensive. Yeah. But sometimes we have a register index of the family names or of the village included in this book. You can look here sometimes, but not from this book. So you can search for all the family books we have from Hessen. And of course, you can look for other family books too if you want to. Here you see all the other territories, Luxembourg. Yeah. Okay. We have a genealogy group at Facebook. If you want, you can join. English language is also welcome, but the most people are German, and so mostly it is in German language, the discussions, but feel free to join, feel free to ask your question in English, you are welcome. And there is also, if you have done a DNA test, there is an ancestor project at GetMatch. I don't know if you know it, if you are able to upload your DNA raw data to GetMatch for free from every testing company you used. It doesn't matter. You can upload at GetMatch and compare with other DNA kits. And there are different ancestor groups for territories or family names or ethnicities. And we have also the group of Hessen. You can join and look for DNA matches with other people who has also ancestors from Hessen. So here are some informations. The next Hessian online meeting in English language is at March the 6th. It is for the Genealogical Forum of Oregon. It is the next date. If you know someone who wasn't able to join today, the people can join at that date. So now I talked a lot.
Martin?
Yeah.
So maybe before we start with our question and answers, maybe Nancy can show the Padlet for this Hessen connection session. Nancy?
Sure. Let me share my screen real quickly. I don't know how many of you are familiar with Padlet. A lot of the schools are using that especially. And it has a good application for what we're doing here. I'll put the link in the chat, but the way it works is up at the top, you have a question or a topic, and then down below would be the answer. So you're going to need to scroll right to left here or left to right to see all the questions. And these are the questions that were submitted ahead of time. If you want to add another question, you can simply click on this button and post your question. The answers to the questions, Thomas and Christina Martin have been really busy trying to answer all of the questions. So what you want to do is look underneath the question that you posted and again, scroll down to see all the answers or ideas or tips that they have provided for you. So scroll back and forth and up and down to be able to see all the answers and tips. And I want to make one of the posts, pay special attention to it. This is, if you click on this particular post, it will take you to a different Padlet. Let's try and pull it up here. We'll take you to this Padlet. And here you can pin the villages where your ancestors came from. So to pin something, you simply click here and type in like your village name. So if I were typing in Stahl, I'd type that in, and then from the drop-down list of towns, I pick the one that is the right one. And I know it happens to be this one in Bad Soden-Saarmünster. So I would click that. And then what I would suggest you do is add the name of your ancestor. Maybe, oops, born 1818, died 1900 in Chicago. Maybe you could do that. And you don't have to.
Nix is a very common family name in this area. And the family owns a big car store of Toyota here in Hessen. And
yes, in Alfenau, huh?
Not only in
Vectorsbach? Vectorsbach? No?
Yeah, Vectorsbach, it is their main store.
We need to chat then. Those are my ancestors.
My car is from this family.
Perfect, yeah. So that's the way you do it. You don't have to sign in to be able to post something here. But if you don't sign in, for example, we're signed in, so our contact is here. If you choose not to set up a free account and sign in, no problem. I would just suggest that you put in your email so that if somebody else happens to be checking in the same place, you know, they can get in contact with you. That's really all you have to do. And then just click outside of the pin and your pin is already there. If you want to see what other people have posted, just click on the little pin and you can see the village or the town, who the person is researching, and their email address. So give it a chance. We thought we'd give that a try to see if we can make connections a little bit easier among people.
I will put all the links in the chat now.
Okay.
So you will be able to look, you will have the links from the presentation in the chat now.
Okay.
And you can see there's the link of all the cemeteries we have online is also there. So you can look for the village you are searching or the family name. There's a gravestone.
That's great to have all those links like that. Thank you for doing that.
I would like to say something. So you can save the chat. In the bottom frame of the chat box, you will find a little square with 3 dots in it. And if you click on these 3 dots, a menu will open and you can save the chat onto your computer.
Kelly has a, yeah, I wanted to answer Kelly's question in the chat too. She said that she doesn't see a way to add a question to the Padlet. And if I may, I'll go back here, share my screen again and show you how to do that. Find the right one, here it is. Yeah, so if you want to add something, the newest things are all the way to the right. So scroll all the way to the right. And right here where it says Spalte hinzufügen, and in English it may say something like add a column, but just click on that. And then you can, you know, type what you want and hit save. But you have to go all the way to the right to be able to find that, that option to add something additional. I hope that answers your question.
May I show you something else for the history of Hessen? I think it's important because when I am writing with US, with genealogists from the United States, they often tell about their ancestors came from Prussia, from Preußen. So it is really difficult because the Kingdom of Prussia, it was a really big state, but the original part of Prussia is in the east, in the northeast of what is today Poland, or belongs to Russia. And you can also have Hessian ancestors, and in the registers will be written that they are from Prussia, because you see from 1866 the most parts of Hessen belongs to Prussia. All this, what is blue, was incorporated, assimilated by Prussia in 1866. So it was the former Nassau, it was the former Principate of Hessen in the north and in the east, and the former independent town of Frankfurt get assimilated to Prussia in 1866. So this is the map from the time period where your ancestors may have emigrated to the United States. It will be mostly in the late 19th century or in the early 20th century, and this part belonged to the Kingdom of Prussia. It was the province of Hessen and Nassau, all this. And you see the red one is still the Grand Duchy of Hessen. it was still an independent state with the 3 provinces of Oberhessen, of Starkenburg and Rheinhessen, and still independent was the Principality of Waldeck. And this is the map of the time 1866 until 1918.
Martin, shall we start our question and answers?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, okay. So you can use, you can raise your hand virtually by using this yellow hand raising button down at the bottom of your screen, the Zoom bar. And if you don't have this hand raising button there, then you can find another option in the participants list, in the bottom frame of the participants list. So there is one. Nancy?
Excuse me? It looks like
so
B Beck would like to
B
ask
Beck, please. So yeah, okay, I'll mute your microphone, please. Yeah, okay.
Hi, I have an ancestor who was a cabinet maker, and I'm trying to find out where I can find records on the guild for him. Do you have any suggestions on where I might look?
What was the ancestor?
Billerbeck.
Nancy, what is that?
Billerbeck is the surname, is that right?
Correct.
Yeah, Billerbeck.
Billerbeck. Okay.
Yeah.
So and do you know where he came from?
He's from Waldeck area.
Waldeck. Mm-hmm. Waldeck is great because the Waldeck Genealogical Society, they have in this area, nearly all villages have local family heritage books.
So I should be able to find it from the heritage books in Waldeck then?
Yeah, but you need to know what village they lived.
They were in time? The 1800s, and they were in the not on the flatland, the mountain area. Mm-hmm. I'm a little rusty with that side of the family.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so local family heritage book you can only use if you know the exact name of the village. So if you only know the family name, I think the best thing will be to search in Ancestry. If you find any people with the same name, and so you will have the tip of the village. Or Christina, any other?
I do know the name. One of my family members does know the name. So if I get the name of the village, what do I do next? Just go to the I'm sorry, area. Sorry, I just don't know how to phrase this. Should I just contact them and have them help me find the heritage books that I'm looking for, or do I need to talk to the library? Or
I forgot to show you something, so I will show. There is. I showed you this page, Genwiki, but if you're going to the main page. You have to go to the main page. It is compgen.de. I don't know what is with the internet today. I don't know, it is also in English, but you can look here for the big search. You will come here and you Billerbeck was the name?
Billerbck.
So, and you can search, and you will be able to search in all these databases. And here you see a lot of people with the name Billerbeck. Yeah, so, and perhaps it will help you You see the surnames of these people and the village and the dates and the database they are included.
Could you tell me what the drop-down one was again? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I do it in the link list.
I
Okay.
put it in the chat. I put it in the
okay.
chat.
Yeah,
it's in the chat now.
Sorry, thank you.
The meta search of it is our German society for computer genealogists, and yeah, you find a lot of databases there. And so if you know the name of the village, I will be able to help you more. But without the village, it will be difficult.
Understand. I'm sorry. Thank you so much.
Looks like Margaret is next.
There's
Okay.
There's something pounding. Or
Sorry?
okay.
Right? Yes, it's I've got two over there. One is Schmidt and the other one is Prinz, P-R-I-N-Z.
Schmidt is very difficult. Schmidt
Yes.
is one of the most popular family names, and yeah.
Yeah, well, he was born evidently in Hesse, and his occupation was paymaster to the guards. And I'm thinking, what guards? You know, is it in the army? Could be anything, I suppose, couldn't it? So I thought, well, where the hell do I start to look for him? But his son came out here, and he was a baker, and he came from Frankenberg.
From where?
Frankenberg.
And the Prinz lot came from Allendorf. So I can't seem to get back and find any, well, not that I've spent a lot of time on it. I had sort of put it on hold while I was doing the rest of the gear keys. They were from a different area, Klein Friedenwalde. That's in the Brandenburg area. But those were the two that I had in Hessen. So
there's one important thing, because you have to see there are a lot of towns in Germany with the same name. You see, search for Allendorf, and you see it is Allendorf in the county of Gießen. There's another Allendorf in Gießen. It is Allendorf in Hersfeld-Rotenburg. It is all in Hessen, all in Hessen. All these Allendorfs are in Hessen. So you have fun to find your ancestor when the name is Schmidt in all these Allendorfs. So, and Frankenberg, we can look for Frankenberg. Okay, I think Frankenberg, it will be this thing. Frankenberg, Eder. Eder is the river. So, and you see Frankenberg, a lot of former villages are incorporated into Frankenberg today. There are not a lot of information about the church, but we have, no.
Yeah, I see. We got a problem. Oh, well, I guess yeah, I'll keep trying, I suppose.
So here you can look for Frankenberg, but you see there are not a lot of informations, because it is all by voluntary people, and perhaps you find here it is the contact of other genealogists.
Right.
You see these people are also, they don't have way of contact. It is,
could you just go back basically to the Frankenberg towns? They're little, what was it?
Yeah, there are more Frankenberg towns. You see in Baden-Württemberg, in Bavaria, and in Saxon.
No, I don't see.
So it will be a bit difficult to decide what Frankenberg is yours.
Yep, I got you. Well, I'll carry on regardless. Thank you anyway.
Kelly. You need to put your microphone on.
There we go. I got it.
Got it.
So for probably 40 years, we've been researching the Bornhaus. That's B-O-R-N-H-A-U-S, Hessian soldiers. A lady that I knew had researched her family and figured out they were Hessian soldiers, but we could never tie hers to mine. And finally, unfortunately, she passed away, but through DNA, we figured out that mine were related to hers. So they are German Hessians. We weren't sure where they were from before that. But these Hessian soldiers all ended up staying in the United States in the Revolutionary War, and we have not been able to tie them, unfortunately, to a specific family in Germany.
So it is a really special family name. If you have a very special family name, you can be sure that the people are related to have the same family name, but you can't know when is the time when they get together, the ancestors. It can be
right
500, 600 years ago.
There was a lady at some point that did some research in Germany and found a bunch of Bornhaus families, but none of those with the same name, Christian name as ours.
Okay.
You know, with the same forename.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to go about figuring out exactly, would they have been from that place then, if with that same name, since it's all Bornhaus?
Yeah, so you have to look in the church records. I don't know what time period you're searching. So
what is their town name?
It's Bornhaus, B-O-R-N-H.
The Waldeck town name?
Oh,
I don't remember.
Can you mute yourself, please?
It's B as in boy, O-R-N-H-A-U-S as in Sam.
So this one, or I don't know, this? Is this the right name? Bornhaus?
B-O-R-N-H-A-U-S.
Bornhaus.
Ah, Bornhaus.
Hi, you guys are here, huh?
So.
On my blanket.
No, don't have anyone of this name.
Yeah, see, nobody. It's hard to find anybody researching that.
It can be different kind of spell of writing of the name. Yeah.
I do have a male descendant, my dad's cousin, with the last name, and in the United States, it became Barnhouse. Okay. Like a barn that you keep cattle in.
Barn, yeah. Mm-hmm.
It changed completely from Bornhaus to Barnhouse. Yeah, but I do have a direct male descendant.
Yeah, but the only way to find them is to look in the church records. And it is really difficult thing to research with church records, because you have to look for all the pages. You have to be able to read the old handwriting. You have to be able to understand German language or even Latin language, because some Roman Catholic priests wrote in Latin. Yeah, it is really.
Martin?
But at least you've given me some places to start.
Martin, this is Gunter Schanzenberger. Isn't there the Hessian soldiers on the Ark Sink in Hessen?
I don't know. I don't know a list of Hessian.
If you go on the screen, the same place where the Auswanderung, Hessian Auswanderung is, there's also the Hessian soldiers.
But maybe it depends on the state where the Hessian soldiers belonged to.
I just put the link in the chat.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Do a search there and see if
there's a database about the Hessian soldiers
that fought,
I need to
that
get my own
fought in the
blanket.
war.
I was still in my
Just a
jammies.
moment, just a moment.
1775 to 83. They were sold to the English. You know about the story. And there is a database called Trina, Hessian troops in America. And you can look it up in the on the page Martin showed before. I'll put the link in the chat. You can find all German Hessian soldiers that were sold to the Americans. Let me make some more remarks. Martin, he's a South Hessian, so he had his focus on South Hessian. I'm a North Hessian, and I'm a member of the North Hessian Society. So I would like to give you a link to an internet page one of our local researchers made of the area around Homberg. That's about 20 miles south of Kassel, and he has a good database and gives good information about Bremen ship records, immigrant ships, Ellis Island, Galveston, general emigration newspaper, historical newspapers, quite interesting links on his homepage. It is not so well known, but I'll put the link in my chat, and if you want to have a look there, you should do it. It's very interesting. So thanks a lot.
Thank you, Helmut.
Thank
you. Let's see, we've got Becky.
Hi.
Hi.
I am looking for some recommendations about a name. I believe I have a Hessian soldier from Hanau area. Don't do well with German, sorry.
Yeah, it's Hanau, yeah.
Oh, good. In the records I have, his name is written as Mitchell, Mitchell. I think that comes from a British name. However, he came from Germany. Some other spellings are Mickle, Mickle. Any idea what that name might actually be or resemble?
Mitchell. Can you write? Yeah, Thomas, write Mitchell. Yeah. Look in the chat. Write in the chat.
That could easily get misunderstood as, Mitchell if you're talking to an English person.
So Hanau is mostly Protestant town.
Okay.
If it is from the town of Hanau, there are also a lot of former villages incorporated into Hanau who has been Roman Catholic in former times. But the city of Hanau, and there's been in the medieval time, in the Middle Age, there has been a county of Hanau, and the counts were located in the castle of Hanau. So they were Protestant, and you will have luck when you look for what is Hanau, the Protestant church of Hessen, Nassau, I think, or perhaps Hessen, Kassel. I have to know. But you can look at Archeon, you will find the Protestant church records of Hanau. I don't know if it is which church it is, because Hanau is difficult place.
Yeah.
Hanau ist Cohessen-Waldeck.
Okay, so it is the Protestant church of North Hessen, Cohessen-Waldeck, Kassel. You can look at
there are two different kind of books. It's Hanau Land, that means the surrounding area if your ancestor came from a village, and there's the Hanau Stadt, that means the town of Hanau. So two different kinds of church records. Okay. I will put the link to the Cohessen-Waldeck Archeon list into the chat. And if you like to have a 7 days trial, then write an email to info@Ahnenforscher Stammtisch. I will put this address again into.
So if you have ancestors from towns like Hanau, it is you have to know towns like this had a lot of immigration for all the centuries. So in Hanau there has been a lot of immigration from the Netherlands or from France. So you will be able to have family names with different origin.
Okay, and because there's such a long history in Europe, that could happen long before the 1700s when he would have been around, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, darn. All right, I got some work to do. Thank you.
Yep.
Jean.
Oh, I have a question. One of my Stefan ancestors from Lampertheim in Hessen from the mid-1600s.
Lampertheim.
Pardon?
Lampertheim.
Lampertheim?
Yeah, okay.
Pronounce it correctly. Thank you. He was listed in the church records as the district magistrate. I'm wondering what his involvement in the community would be as the magistrate in that area.
Yeah, it may be difficult. I'm not sure if I understood everything. Magistrate, it is, I think it will be a civil servant or some politician in a city administration. Maybe it depends on the time period and of the territory, but mostly magistrate is a local township civil servant thing. Maybe he was elected something like a city court, city government.
Okay.
I don't know, Lampertheim, what did it belong to?
Jean, we would be able to help you out with this if you could give us the German names of it, the German words, because district magistrate isn't really known to me, but if you have the original German church book entry or words, we would be able to find out more.
Yeah, it was listed in a birth record.
And Lampertheim is not far away from Thomas, so yes. he will be the perfect guy to help you for Lampertheim.
Yeah.
And you can, Becky, you can ask me for Hanau via email or something, because it is only 10 kilometers from where I live now.
Because it is what? Sorry?
Hanau is only 10 kilometers from where I live now. So you can ask me.
Thank you.
And Jean, Lampertheim, you can ask Thomas.
Yes, we're going to talk about it. We are in, we have a friend, it's Klaus Rippert, who is also here. And he can give our emails and we can get in contact.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Jean, I will send you the email address of Thomas. So
okay. Yeah, okay. Thanks, Klaus. Yeah, Klaus and I have been communicating quite a bit.
Right. Anne.
Yes, I have a different type of question. My ancestor, baptism record said that his father missed the baptism because he was in prison in Kassel in 1795. How do I find records for the prison in Kassel?
The state archive.
I'm sorry?
I think you have to look for the state archive of Marburg.
The state archive?
Archive, sorry. Perhaps also in the city archive of Kassel, but I think prison records you will find in the state archive of Marburg. The link is in the link list of the state archive of Hessen, and it is divided in the 3 branches, and Marburg is one of the branches, and the German word for prison is Gefängnis. Look in the chat. I don't know if will be another word you can search for any Hat jemand einen Vorschlag, nach was man noch suchen kann? Gefängnis?
Knast?
Nein.
Nein.
Zuchthaus.
Zuchthaus. Oh ja, maybe it's an old word. It's Zuchthaus.
Strafvollzug.
Ja, aber das ist more,
nee, nicht so
modern word.
Okay.
Arrestanstalt.
Yeah, you can look for arrest. So search for these words in the database of the state archive. I think you will find information about the prison of Kassel.
Okay, thank you.
If there is any information, if there is any documents, you will find it in the state archive. If I'm not sure, I don't know. I've never searched for prison records before. So.
She might also look in, you know, I don't know about an Intelligenzblatt, but I found some things listed in those old newspapers where it talks about who's being, you know, who was sentenced to.
But 1795, it is really early. We have these Polizeiblätter in Germany, and they are doing by voluntary the index things, but not from 1795. It is too old.
Okay, yeah, I'm stuck on this guy, so thanks.
Are there more questions?
What is the name of the prisoner you're looking for? What is the surname?
You need to turn your mic on, Anne.
Sorry about that. I was looking in Ancestry real quick to get the exact name here. Let's see here. His name is Johann Heinrich Ludwig Heine.
Heine.
H-E-I-N-E.
So perhaps Helmut searches if you find anything.
Well, I told you I'm close to Kassel. I'm not far away. I'll have a look.
Oh, thank you. I can give you my email or whatever.
Okay, put it in the chat.
Okay.
I put my email address in the chat too, so if there are any questions you can ask me, but more for the south part of it.
During all the session, I read the name Bob Greiner or Greener, however you pronounce it. Bob, we've got a family nearby in the next village. Are you interested?
Hi, I'm Bob. My ancestors are from Eckesheim, down below Mannheim.
It's Frankfurt.
The Greiner, apparently the Greiner family were glass blowers in a lot of areas of Baden and Württemberg. I don't know of any up around Hesse specifically.
Meckesheim. Oh, I thought Eschersheim. Okay.
Okay, so we've got a family in northern part of Hesse, so maybe there's might be some connection.
Some more questions? Please feel free to unmute your microphone and ask.
This is Gunter. Nancy, I had a hard time finding that link to the questions and answers.
Let me post it for you again, just a moment. Do you see it in the chat?
Got it.
I have to look.
Good. Okay.
I have to have a look.
Okay.
Got it?
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome, Gunter.
Okay, we got it. We got it, Anne. Thank you.
Yeah, Nancy, and Martin, if there are no more questions right now, or I think Edith, Edith opened her microphone. Maybe she has a question. Edith?
Yes, I do. Thank you. I'm looking for one of my grandmother's first daughter who was out of wedlock and was near Fulda, Dalherde, Schmalenau. Which website would be the easiest to try and find that? She was illegitimate, but I'm assuming they still record those births. And she also died a couple of years.
It is not far back, I think.
No, 1918, maybe, I'm guessing. She married my grandfather in 1922.
1922, so
it would have been before that. She would have been born and died before that.
Yeah. So you will be able to find the civil records, but yeah, did you look at Ancestry or MyHeritage in the index of the civil records?
I haven't done MyHeritage, and I'm not on Ancestry anymore.
Okay.
I can only afford one of those two.
Because as I told in my presentation, there you have the index, so you can search for the name and you will find perhaps the exact date of the marriage. Because when you look at the state archive, you have to search on every page of the civil records. It will be difficult.
Martin, could you pull that up on MyHeritage and maybe do a search for the person she's looking for?
Yeah.
And would it be under her maiden name?
Could you share your screen, Martin, and do that? Show her how it works?
So MyHeritage. What's the name?
I think Elizabeth.
Yeah, the family name?
Barth, B-A-R-T-H.
Oh, yeah, it's a common name. The village?
B-A-R-T-H.
Okay, do you know the husband?
No, she was illegitimate.
Ah, okay.
Martin, da fehlt, glaube ich, noch ein Buchstabe bei Bart. Nicht Bart, sondern Bart.
Ah, yeah.
Mit R.
Yeah. Danke.
So, and the village?
Schmalenau. My grandmother was born there. I'm assuming it's the same village.
Mm. So it is searching. So we have an Elizabeth Bart.
She wouldn't be, she was 2 years old when she died by an accident.
It's too old here.
So, yeah, so it would not be.
Oh, komisch. No. So, but here you can also search for free, but you can use the search for free, but you are not able to look at the records.
Okay. What
you see there are some Elizabeth Bart, but Bart is, there are a lot of people with this family name.
Yeah. I guess my great-grandfather had a lot of children.
Yeah.
Where on MyHeritage are you searching? Where did you search? Because I have a membership to MyHeritage.
Yeah, you can.
Where did you start?
Yeah, it's so I have to log in first. here is, I think in English it will be called research. You go here.
Search, yeah.
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 And yeah, all the samples, the records. You can search. You see, it is working.
Okay.
Mostly, it will be useful to search here by the records of birth, marriage, and death. But of course, you will find in the member trees a lot of information. But you have to take care with the member trees. There are a lot of mistakes.
Yeah.
So here, 2000 Elizabeth Barts in the birth and marriage death records.
Martin, what was the name of the collection that had the records specifically from?
Yeah,
Hessen?
this is called birth, marriage, death. Or what do you mean?
Aren't they in a specific aren't they in a specific collection there?
Yeah, you're also
So
possible to look
so
for.
she could just not have all those other things coming up, but just specifically check those Hessian records.
Ja.
Okay.
Man kann das auch irgendwie untergliedern, aber.
Ja, man geht oben auf Forschung und dann, ich glaube, das ist Sammlung oder etwas wie Sammlungskategorie. Ja, da. Ja. Und dann kann man Hessen eintippen. Moment. Wait. Nee, du musst erstmal auf den Sammlungskatalog klicken. Ja. Ach so. Entschuldigung.
It is working.
Ja.
Ja, kann man auf Englisch einstellen.
Okay, that's one word I don't understand.
It's a catalog, the collection catalog at MyHeritage.
It's a special German thing to do words like this. Very long.
I've forgotten what that word meant. Okay, collection.
Yeah.
So we can try English.
So that's okay. I can figure.
So I think it's a good way to look by MyHeritage or Ancestry for your ancestors to find where they are located, or some help for exact dates. And if you have this information, you can look in the original sources.
Okay.
Yeah, here's the collection catalog of MyHeritage. So yeah.
If you if you type in Germany up there, yeah, it should come. Oh, that works even better.
But I had the screenshot of Hessen.
Type in Germany, it might come up.
Here.
There you go. Yep.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, fine. Mistake. Yeah, but you have to try.
Okay, sounds good.
I have a question here from Erica, and she writes. Her microphone isn't working, so she asked me to read it to you. It says, I'm working on researching for my stepmother. She and her twin brother were born in Kassel in December 1950 and adopted into the United States as infants into the same family. Her mother's maiden name was Nelle, N-E-L-L-E, and she died in 2010. And no father was listed on their birth certificate. And she's just looking for the best place to start her research.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Martin.
Yeah, difficult.
I have an idea because I would try to ask the local Standesamt. Standesamt in English is
office.
Civil registration office.
Yes, registration office. Because if when you are looking for information about people who were born in 1950, you just won't be able to find it. You just have to be a direct descendant of the family to be able to get those papers, because we have a lot of data security in Germany, and 1950 is definitely just too new.
Yep.
Yeah, this would be 1915.
Oh, 1915.
More than 100 years ago, but
yeah. 1915 is a little bit different because it's already outside of, but you won't find a lot of information online because the most archives just make a cut at 1900. So what I would try to find out is if there are any birth certificates from 1915, but also the registration officers would be able to give you the information for 1915. I think they would be a little bit more relaxed about it than with people who were born in 1950.
Normally, 110 years back, the birth records are protected.
Yeah.
So you can try to get the information by this registration office. And you know the village, the place of birth.
It would be my aunt, so or
yeah,
great aunt.
You can try. So you know the town, and you have to find out what is the name of the registration office of the town who is responsible for that.
Okay, thank you.
Did you have done a DNA test?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, because but you are searching for the father of your aunt, and he's not related to you, so difficult.
Yeah, and for the actual birth date and year and death date. So I've uploaded the MyHeritage site, and I have a lot of matches, but I cannot connect a German ancestor to any of those matches. So I'll try the GEDmatch.
Look in the chat. Thomas wrote the name of the registration office in German. The German name is Standesamt.
Standesamt.
Yeah, and so write an email, and mostly they are really helpful and friendly, but not all.
Yeah. I've had good luck with my email, so I will try.
So, Thomas, I wanted to go back to the question from Erica. I think we confused that a little bit. Erica's question is about a person who was born in Kassel in 1950, and who was then adopted. So she's trying to find the parents of that adopted child, birth parents.
She is her aunt, so perhaps you are lucky.
This is a different person, though. This is a different person. Edith had the one question, but Erica has this question about the adoption. Okay. Yeah, I think we mix those two. So do people have a right to information about their birth family?
They indeed have, as I am working in a children's, how do you call it in English? Children's home. I know that we have people who come to our place and want to find out who their parents are. And we have papers from 1950. So if I would be in that position, I would go to find out in what children's homes they have been in 1955 or 1960. I don't know when they were adopted, but they must have been in German child care somewhere. and you can find out information from these homes.
How would you find the home, though? How would they know which home to approach?
Yes, there is an office in Germany that is taking care of all these questions. I have to Google for it because I don't really have it in my mind. It's an office that handles these questions, and
perfect.
It's a common thing in Germany for people who have been adopted and want to find out anything before.
Da müssten es auch Sachen im Staatsarchiv dann bestimmt irgendwo geben, aber da kommt man bestimmt nicht ran in so einer jungen Zeit.
Ja, ja.
Also vom Jugendamt oder so, irgendwelche Akten.
Normally you would write a letter to the youth office. In German it's the Jugendamt, yes, and they would be able to find out where the people have been, because the children mostly don't know where they have been at the age of 10 or 15 years.
They apparently were adopted when they were 2, it sounds like. They were born in 1950 and then adopted in 52. Would she then approach the Jugendamt in Kassel, where?
Yes.
Okay.
Definitely. There's in Kassel, I think there would have been a lot of child care places at that time, because it was after the war, and there was a big demand for it, and most of them have been closed in the 80s or 90s, but I think it would be a possibility to ask at the Jugendamt youth office of the city.
Okay, great. Thank you for the idea. So I'll just Google Jugendamt Kassel then. Is that what I should say? Okay. All right. Thank you, Thomas.
You're welcome.
So 2 more hands are up. Stephen.
Are there records somewhere of exit permissions?
Exit permissions? What is that?
If they had, or when if there's any civil record of them actually departing their village or town.
Auswanderung wahrscheinlich.
Immigration.
Ja,
immigration. Yes.
Yeah, the people had to ask with an official note if they were able to immigrate to different places. But I think from my experience that most of these papers have been destroyed over the years, because also due the fact that there were 2 wars, and a lot of the papers just have been destroyed. And I myself have never seen any papers from people asking to leave the town.
I think I've been looking. I'm looking in north of Marburg, and I have not seen any in any of the databases. Yeah.
There's always the possibility to find it on the state archive pages in arkansas.hessen.de, because there's a lot of information there about people immigrating, but the fact is that some people just left without notice. They just didn't ask and run away.
Illegal.
Yeah. Yes, yes.
But what is the name for that? Is it the Permissionsschein?
Na, das ist im Grunde genommen ist es ein Auswanderungsnachweis. Wie sagt man denn dazu?
Nee, da gibt es irgendein Wort.
Da gibt es ein Wort, ja.
Aber Permissionsschein ist doch auch sowas, wenn die irgendwie auswärts heiraten wollten oder so.
Machst wieder was anderes, ja.
Okay, good. So we don't know.
Carl.
Yes, I'm looking for my great-great-grandfather. He was Catholic, and he came out of Herbstein in Vogelsberg Kreis, and I was wondering where might be the best website to look for him at.
Okay, so what time did he live?
He left Hessen in about 1840.
Oh, really early. So, yeah, so 1840, it is, you have to look for the church records. And when he was Roman Catholic in Herbstein-Vogelsberg, it is Diocese of Mainz.
It's Diocese of Mainz?
Yes. So you have to look for, in family search, there is the index of the church records of Mainz, but it's not complete. You have to know there are a lot of things still missed there. But the church records of Mainz, the index is at family search. So you can try to find him. And if you don't find him, you have to look for the parish in Herbstein. I know the village. I had, travel with the school 30 years ago to Herbstein. So you can look here.
Martin, du könntest ja vielleicht mal kurz das zeigen über Family Search. Ich habe den Link mal in den Chat gepostet.
Ich wollte hier mal auf hier zeigen, Genwiki, Herbstein. So here's Herbstein information. You see there are a lot of cemeteries of Herbstein digitalized in our project. And here's also a book about the church records, but it's of the village of Engelroth. It's not Herbstein. Here's no information about the parish. But if you search in the internet, you will find here, it is the parish of Herbstein.
Okay, thank you.
This name, I do it, the link in the chat. Where's the chat? I missed the chat.
Du suchst den Chat. Ich glaube, wenn du deinen Bildschirm geteilt hast, kannst du den Chat nicht erreichen.
So I will do the link in the chat. And Thomas, wo sollte ich gucken?
Family Search hat er gesagt gerade.
So, Family Search.
Er hat den Link in den Chat gestellt, aber da kommst du auch nicht rein.
So.
Search Collection.
Herbstein ist unter Herbstein, Lauterbach, Hessen.
Super. Yeah, so you know the name?
Maximilian Schneider.
Oh, Schneider is a bad name. A bad name for searching. It is like Müller, Schmidt. I'm not able to. Yeah. Mine. This is boring.
Ja, das ist, wenn du Zoom noch hast und im Webmeeting bist, dann ist die Verbindung langsamer.
I hate family search because you have to wait so long to write something in this field. So.
Ein Browser verlangsamt, aber ich denke, das liegt an Zoom.
So, Herbstein.
Am besten bei beliebig eingeben. Herbstein, Lauterbach, Hessen.
Wo ist beliebig?
Eheschließung, Wohnsitz, genau. Ja.
Gibt es mehrere Herbsteins?
Jetzt hast du es, Moment, jetzt hast du es bei Geburtsort drin, da musst du es rauslöschen alles und dann eine tiefer, genau.
It is much better when you use family search to put it in the other field. It's called beliebig in German. It's not the place of birth or the place of death or of marriage. because you will find more matches.
That's a really good tip, Thomas.
Yes.
So you see here are some Maximilian Schneiders from Herbstein.
Uh-huh.
He died in 1842, so he can't be emigrated to United States. But perhaps him, but I think he's the same like here, yeah. Oh. Yeah, so, but you see, here's, this is the diocese, the church records.
Right.
And here you see the civil records.
Right.
So you have to try your luck.
Okay.
This way. So Schneider is a difficult name. So here's
yes,
also...
but there are many Schneiders in Herbstein. If you just hit the link that I have put in the chat, and then you add Maximilian Schneider and the different place called Herbstein-Lauterbach, you will get a list of maybe 20 Schneiders from Herbstein, and maybe there's somewhere there's the Maximilian in it, because it sometimes in these Catholic databases you just don't put in the German name, you have to put in the Latin name.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Thank you.
So Schneider is Textor or?
Not the Latin last name, the Latin forename.
Yeah, surname. Yeah, okay.
Just when you have Ludwig, you have to put in Ludovic.
Yeah. So you have the link in the chat now for the parish.
Thank you very much.
But it seems like the parish is not only for Herbstein, it is a bigger parish. It is for a lot of villages.
Okay, no more questions.
And I wanted to add something to the question before, to this immigration request. The German word is Auswanderernachweis, and you will find it in the archive of the state.
Here's the word in the chat.
The Kreis won't have the Kreis. It'll have to be in the state archives.
Yeah, because in my family somebody asked for it, and that's the reason why I know it. And I found one entry in the state archive of Hessen-Darmstadt.
Some more questions? Nancy, I think we are over 2 hours now, and maybe we can end the official part of this meeting, and maybe we can leave the room open for our connection cafe, and maybe there are more questions or talks about your ancestors in Hessian. So I want to thank everyone who participated today in this online Hessen Connection session. And I want to say goodbye from Germany to those who want to leave now. And everyone who wants to stay is welcomed to be in our virtual cafe. That means this Zoom room remains open for a while and for further talks and discussions. Thank you very much.